Hey guys, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to the final edition of the Flash Season 6 review series, and today I'm going to be talking about the season finale, episode 19, Success is Assured. Now, as I've explained in final editions of previous review series that I've done with Supergirl and of course Batwoman, a lot of you probably know already the reasons why we've only got 19 to 20 episodes instead of the usual 22 full episodes that we always get with CW shows. A lot of the reasons why The Flash only got 19 episodes is the same reasons that Batwoman and Supergirl only got such a short run instead of the full run that they would normally get. It's because, and I won't go into the mechanics and the details of what's been going on, but a lot of you probably know already what I'm talking about, and I won't really spell it out because there's no point, because everybody knows already. But due to the nature of everything that's been going on in the world, a lot of shows have had to have their runs cut short, and The Flash is of course no exception. So this episode was good. Could it have been better? Of course, but I give the cast, the writers, the producers and directors all the credit in the world for having to work with what they had to work with and coming up with the best season finale that they could. So when you're watching it, it does feel a little bit incomplete, and that's because of the reasons that I've just said earlier, which I won't actually say, but as I've said, you'll know what I'm talking about. It does feel a little bit clunky in some parts, but in my opinion, it was okay for what it was. As far as Season 6 as a whole, up and down. Was it better than Season 5? Oh, absolutely. Goes without saying. I think the first half of Season 6 was better than the second half. But notwithstanding that, there was good episodes in the post-crisis of The Flash. There were some really good episodes. Episodes like The Exorcism of Nash Wells, God Friended Me, things like that. They were really good episodes. But this one was okay, but I wouldn't really put it up there as one of the best. But it was okay. Mirror Master, Eva McCulloch as Mirror Master, nah, I'm sorry, didn't do it for me. I'm a big fan of the Mirror Master, especially the comic books, and I wasn't a fan of this version of the Mirror Master. Sometimes change works, sometimes change doesn't work, but I didn't like this. Now, as far as Iris being trapped in the mirror, did she get out? The ending is seeing to believe, and it took me by surprise because it was not really something that I was expecting, but it does set up for a very interesting Season 7, in my opinion. So we'll just have to wait and see what that's going to be like when we do get to Season 7. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's go out with a nice little bang. Let's talk about episode 19, the season finale, Success is Assured. So, this episode opens up with Eva McCulloch suiting up in her new shiny costume that helps her assimilate to being back in the real world, something she explains to Mira Singh, who's been working with her. She instructs to dismantle everything that protects her husband. Meanwhile, at Caitlin's, Nash, Cecile and Allegra help Frost pack for her trip to go visit Caitlin's mum in the Arctic. Now, the reason why Caitlin slash Killer Frost is leaving the show is because Daniel Panabaker is pregnant, so this is their way of writing her out of the show. We don't know how long she's going to be out. I'm hoping that she does come back because I do like Daniel Panabaker. She's a great actress, and she's been there from the very beginning. So how they'll bring her back for season 7, who knows? Maybe they might just bring her back for one episode. Who knows? But this is their way of quietly writing her out of the show. So there's no big kidnapping or she's killed off. No, it's a nice little way to write the character off, and when they feel the need to bring her back to tell some stories, they will probably do that. So we see Caitlyn's mum shows up and then she leaves with her. Meanwhile, at the CCPD, Barry meets with the team about Eva, and they realise if they can find Black Hole, they'll find Eva. Ralph pulls out the diamond that Sue gave him and Allegra, and with Nash's help, figures out that it's sort of a treasure map that leads to a mysterious warehouse. Flash and Elongated Man investigate, with Elongated Man finding a box of information labelled Deer Bomb. They encounter Mira Singh, who reveals that Carver never tried to save Eva, he just pillaged her work and sold it off. After Mira Singh ignites the building, the Flash declares that the team's next move will be to protect Carver from Eva because Eva is out to kill her husband. Barry finds Carver at Jitters and gives it to him straight. Eva wants to kill him, but the police can't keep him safe. Carver turns it around and reveals that he knows Iris is also trapped in the Mirrorverse and didn't tell anyone. Carver says that there's no way to save Iris. The dimension is incompatible with the human brain. He also rebuffs Barry entirely. In the Mirrorverse, Iris's neural dissonance gets worse after she looks at the map and gets a clue as to how to find the real Singh. Meanwhile, in the real world, Ralph meets with Sue and her parents, with Sue pretending everything is fine. Ralph and Sue chat privately, with Ralph revealing that the blackmail on her parents is now gone. Sue asks Ralph to leave them alone now. Elsewhere, 3 of Carver's Black Hole goons are preparing for him when Eva snatches them into the Mirrorverse. Carver shows up soon after to find Dr. Light, Sunshine and Ultraviolet are missing. At the CCPD, Nash explains the idea of neurodissonance when Carver shows up and demands protection. However, instead of federal agents coming for him, Mira Singh shows up instead. He proposes a trade with Barry. Carver for Iris. Nash intervenes and zaps him back to Star Labs, and Nash hallucinates Harry. Carver gets updated on what's going on. Nash tries to buy the teleportation device. Carver suggests that they go to McCulloch for security, as he has a special security system that will protect them. Privately, Nash confronts Barry about his hesitation regarding Singh's deal. Carver takes Barry to his panic room behind Eva's mirror. As Team Flash evacuates the building, Sue shows up. It turns out that she took her parents' place in Black Hole to protect them. She plans to kill Carver. Carver's force field gets disabled, and Sunshine, Ultraviolet and Dr. Light show up. They work for Eva now, and they want payback against him too. Barry races off to get the grid restarted and encounters Mira Singh, but he cracks apart to reveal Eva herself. She knocks out Barry while upstairs Team Flash are fighting with the former Black Hole assassins. Ralph and Sue team up. Eva emerges from a mirror to menace Carver. She confronts him and goes to kill him, but as the Flash intervenes, Eva doesn't care and she ends up killing Carver anyway and calls off the assassins. Now this was a really good scene, seeing everybody getting a nice bit of screen time and just fighting the bad guys. I love stuff like this. My only issue with that scene is Barry just let Eva walk away. He didn't really try to ask her or confront her about how to release Iris from the mirror that she's trapped in. It kind of reminded me a bit of the ending of the Nightfall trilogy, where Bruce Wayne just let Jean-Paul Valley walk away after he burned down the Wayne's family portrait. I just thought that this scene with Eva and Barry could have been a lot better. I just felt that it was a little bit disappointing. It just felt like, yeah, you can walk away now. So I was a little bit disappointed with that, especially after all of this time. I just thought it could have been paid off a little bit better, but it is what it is. Later, Eva gives a press conference and says she was held hostage by an international crime syndicate. Liar! And claims that her husband died saving her. Yeah, anyway. Sue tells Ralph she's going home, but Ralph reveals to her that Eva framed her for Carver's murder. Caitlin and Frost depart to the Arctic. Meanwhile, Iris, Camilla and the real Singh remain trapped in the Mirrorverse, but Joe returns from witness protection. And the last scene we see is Iris locates Singh at the hospital, but suddenly cries out in pain and starts to glow and ultimately vanishes, which leaves with a very interesting cliffhanger to be continued. And that wraps up the season finale of season 6. I thought this episode, it was okay, not the greatest. I applaud everybody for making it work in a very rotten situation that they were put in. I am not a great fan of the Eva McCulloch version of the Mirror Master. I thought she was a little bit on the dry side, but there was some pretty good stuff. Now, as far as Iris completely disappearing, where does she end up? Who knows? I've been hearing some rumours that she could come back in season 7 as a new Mirror Master, or she'll have mirror abilities of sorts. It's going to be very interesting how they're going to wrap up the remainder of this story arc for season 7, but a very interesting cliffhanger to go out on, in my opinion. So, I guess that wraps it up for me, and that just about closes the door for season 6. As I said, first half of season 6, very good, especially episodes 7 and 8, the two-parter, The Last Temptation of Barry Allen, probably my favourite episodes of the show. God Friended Me was very good. The Exorcism of Nash Wells, very good as well. So I have about at least a good 5 to 6 episodes that I liked from season 6, but hopefully season 7 will be a lot better and a lot more fluid and smooth, but we're just going to have to wait and see. So I'm going to wrap up this series now. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me talking about all of season 6 and all of the episodes, some of my favourite episodes, some of my favourite moments, and the next time I will probably be back will be to talk about season 7, so hopefully that should be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to pull off season 7, especially the way season 6 ended. Should be very, very interesting. So you know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and once again thank you for listening to me talking about season 6. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back next time for season 7. So until next time, take care everybody and stay safe.